Finally, Counsellor Lutterodt abetchen adwene after say court edi ruling eba say mani mienu me share Odo Broni ene ya mame Akosua Serwaa nyina no enkodi kuna. Every Friday no ede ba ne de obia edi ho nkomo na Counsellor eni Ghana ema remfi se medi kan abeka kirew. Enra ena che se onya abre se obedi ho nkomo. There was a clash
under the Evidence Act.
Yeah, but he went to Foreign Affairs to do authentication, got a letter from them and everything. If you are a judge and you really want to, the thing is, listen, Captain, it was a rush case, right?
My sister,
please, you were speaking, I didn't say nothing. I'm not here to argue with you.
Listen to me. Hello.
Get a phone call.
No. I won't allow you. No, I won't allow you. Listen first. You are not listening.
Listen to you.
No, you are not listening. Hello.
Please. Please, let me say something. Here, okay? Let me say something here. Okay, hold on.
Hello.
You be difficult.
I know. You want listening first, please. I'm moderating, please.
Eti clash we no e kai me de see Angel TV obra ohima wo ye je ene Saliman edi ahia na omudi nkomo e fada de lumba e saga ya ho.
I'm telling you, we are not serious. Odo Broni, any G. Ubeji property se we are piara. Odo Broni, any G, you will never have it. And now every crowd Japadi ubenya, but I pray and say ube waru obema foforo. No so di na adwena ye dey e beat you age niam ni nyina afi wonsem. You will never be happy causing that woman that pain. You will never be happy because not na ni kuno ho and oba ho whether traditionally or legally. Sit here and I say I'm glad he died and I'm glad he suffered before he died because no aka say why dey also a bray or like 15 years umbre say why won't you suffer?
But must you say that?
I am saying that
for the separation part.
No. He needed to go through that because you see, you can't cause people pain and expect to say what you say. We will be okay. Shame on that Dulumba, and I'm glad he's dead.
Ohima ye je ene Saliman de abusua ma ye full reaction no e wo channel ye mo hwe ya nya daje na ehwe because ensem bi a Saliman e ka che Odo Broni ene de lumba wadnya ni ba bi kwa che se akofa nsem bebre aba no ensem a Saliman eka ye no in fact e wo channel ye mu wo de wo hwe ya nya daje na hwe when de ye bo awura Counsellor Lutterodt akachi also every Friday judgment no eba ye ni nyina no ontumi emeriate said the wedding kai akachi on say only Ghana no entia nenra oba life no abusua 6 hours any BBA bi wom BBA bi it's full of lessons and education enuti na AJ me be ma wo ahwe na wo so sua bibi e de every mo no ene oma kwan e ma amanfo busa question ti I'm sure say bibi a won ti ase no ebi po na obi ebisa e de amawo memo tie na AJ me be ka e de acha feel free na share wadwe wo comment section no wi abobodi say wo be share video yi amore bisa etumi aka aha eye AJ gossips me dey e de AJ enti ye ko ni straight enu ankomo ene adesua ban e na counselor e de ebreye nya dache na nya bre na ye din na ye kom na shade
one day I'll come for it through your nose, collect your erection away, and you become impotent. Any question from anybody? Are we all understanding the judgment very well? Because you see that because most of us didn't have a fair understanding of the judgment, we are confused. But let me say it emphatically here. The judge has done no wrong. Lawyer Kusi has not lost his competency in terms of running cases. I believe that there were some oversights because thinking that we could have used this one and it could have understood itself, we didn't do something right. Not all things. Something was not done right. So in the judgment, I still want to go back to the judgment again. During the cross-examination, a lot happened. Look. Are you aware that if after all the up and downs, can he use the same document for the I'm going to come answer that. Look, as we speak, if during this court case, Mrs. Akosua Serwaa's document went through And finally, it was proven that Mrs. Akosua Serwaa, by virtue of her documents, she happens to be the only legitimate legal wife of the late Daddy Lumba. Can anybody tell me what could have happened? I didn't even see. What do you think would have happened?
Repeat the question again.
If with all these things, it happened that we didn't have any issue with documentation, and Mrs. Akosua Serwaa proved to the court that she was the legally, civilly married wife to Daddy Lumba, what could have happened to?
Odo Broni is not a wife.
Yeah.
So what do you think would have happened in court legally?
Maybe there will be tension and chaos because
Well,
people will not accept the verdict from the other opponents.
No, but that will not be legally.
Enka, you bet miss you Odo Broni for bigamy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So that was what was going to happen. So when the cross-examination was going on, in my confidence that they have
they didn't want that. They didn't want that to happen.
No. When the cross-examination was going on, in my mind, I thought they were going to do authentication and everything. So I said, hey, these people, if finally the declaration comes, like I said on Friday, then we will hold her for bigamy unless she denies that she didn't know.
But now the witness ne the car better ne to that.
Witness bang.
Ne sister kuno okay say omu bisano say na aware bi oho. Enti no omo na omu nim sa aware bi oho.
Me maintain the answer. But hope you answer.
Me na me just say if they're based on what you just said no. Enti na ma me ka say because ontimi nka say na onim. Because now onim.
Said
Say Lumba and then they no that's so worry.
oh, so court you also unima unimo.
Okay.
Court here though. Enti shedi esi Judge and say, I have considered the entire evidence adduced by the plaintiff and the defendants, the exhibits, and the written address filed by learned counsel for the plaintiff and the defendants, and in the premises, I refuse the plaintiff relief A, B, C, and D. And I refuse the plaintiff reliefs A, B, C, and D. And I also refuse the relief 1 of the second defendant, and rather grant relief I1, I2 for the second defendant. I'll explain. The plaintiff was customary married to the deceased Charles Kojo-Fosu, aka Daddy Lumba, in 1991 in Ghana. Listen to the judgment very well. Number 2, the second defendant was customary married to the deceased Charles Kojo-Fosu, aka Daddy Lumba, in 2010 in Ghana. I declare that the plaintiff and the second defendant are the surviving spouse of the deceased Charles Kojo-Fosu, aka Daddy Lumba. Consequential orders. The O'Connor family of Prakoso and Insuta Ashanti, requested by the head of the family, Ebusopeni Kojo-Fosu, the first defendant, is hereby ordered to recognize the plaintiff, Akosua Serwaa Fosu, and Ratete Kosiata, defendant, Prince Laosu, to perform the widowhood rites during the burial and funeral of the late Charles Kodiofosu, aka that the number. Forward. There is no impediment in the way of the third defendant in allowing the Ekona family of Prakoso and Insuta, represented by the head of the family Ebusuapenyi Kodiofosu, access to the body of the late Charles Kodiofosu, aka that the number, to perform her burial and funeral rites. What a brother me kind of say. Judge ni mayeti asese. Nyama omudi ba ye nyina entimi amenjina so se. Mrs. Akosua Serwaa ye yire ntino. Ebusuapenyi eba ye no. Ensem obebisa ni bi ntino. O ma ebusuapenyi oba court na te se. Enne ojina emre ya court judgment iso ka kire ne se. Among this year that the lumbo dan benkum so. Awari mienu. Baku ye 1991. Awari ne ngu. And Osamba wari baku biom 2010. And untinu. Yeah.
Where was the evidence? There was no evidence.
There was an evidence. Should I read the evidence for you?
It wasn't true. And the court, they don't say it wasn't true.
No, what wasn't true? What wasn't true, please? It's not true. You are not saying that. Should I read for you the evidence? The evidence is here.
Wasn't married. She was never married.
It's not true. It's not true. You are lying. There's an evidence.
Can you read it again, please?
Oh, yes. The evidence of the marriage.
Yeah, for Priscilla.
Hold on, I'll tell you. Hold on. This is why Abner is not here. It's worrying me. Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Afro Max Plus. Every 1 minute be a ginger honey chips. So, there's more with chips in the bush. Class for his son, but I check gifts. I know you did a mode. Papa, easy document in a song. I made my back. All the evidence were admitted, evidence without any objection, and they were not contradictory. But okay, so there was a cross-examination. But I say cross-examination, I want to ask here.
Yeah.
Good. So within the cross-examination, there was a proof. Okay. So that the court find as a fact that the plaintiff could not prove her marriage, which she alleged was contracted under the German law, since proving a foreign law is a matter of fact. She also could not satisfy the presumption that she contracted the marriage by providing an authentic identified certificate copy of the marriage certificate. Consequently, for the contradictions, lack of authentication of identification, and lack of certification of exhibition, B1, B, and C are hereby rejected as they have no probative value and will not be considered for the purposes of proving any civil marriage between the plaintiff and the deceased. So this is Akosua Serwaa. Let me see if I can find this one here. The proof of civil marriage requires documentation. Okay, Akosua Serwaa you want to make come out without the marriage certificate. So let me go and look for Odo Broni. You mamadi mami, mu sending mu. Say ya na moji ma adwinsa. Ghana for mumbehwe Ghana for mumbehwe school ya makoji abai. Okay, you just say wahana. So by ya ma brand deja. One Adam. One jobby 4 hours. Wada. We can name you down. Single life. Shame on you. Hanieda. So I'm trying to look for the court made it clear to us that the cross-examination that was done.
If you can't find it, don't worry. Just move on. No, don't worry. You can move on.
I hear. So, but there was a proof in court.
For me, Counsellor, Odo Broni was never married, and I would never believe she was married. Even though they sent, yes, at the court, you are there to prove yourself that you are married. So she went there with people to say that she was married and brought documents that are forged and all that. And we know that Odo Broni was.
So can we have a point of correction here? She didn't take any document to court that was forged, please.
Oh, are you telling me that?
Yes.
Okay, let's keep our opinions for that one.
All right. So within the opinion, the judgment proves to us that the lawyer of Akosua Serwaa Fosu, the well-astute, learned lawyer Kosi, did a cross-examination of all the people that were proven to be the evidence for Odo Broni, Priscilla Ofori. And in all the cross-examination, he went through whatever they said and was satisfied with the answers they gave him. That's what the law says. He was satisfied with the things.
Of course, definitely they will send people to go there and be cross-examined.
And I'm saying that, like the way they said, he had all the rights to refute what he think was not authentic. But once the cross-examination,
when you were reading the verdict, I think at the latter part, you said something about the judge saying that she's giving the Ebusuapenyi the right to blah 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 blah. Is that part of her duty to say that?
Yes, because the Ebusuapenyi requested when he sat down. He said it. It was a request from the Ebusuapenyi. That's what I read it. Mind you, if you read the first page, Akosua Serwaa said the reason why she's come to court is that she wants to prove that she's the only wife, and number two, want to stop the Ebusuapenyi, restrain the Ebusuapenyi from referring to Odo Broni as a wife, and hence she's the only qualified wife that should do the marriage rights of the late husband. Do you understand? So when the Ebusuapenyi was being cross-examined and was speaking,
sorry, Counsellor, I just want to say something. Charles Kodeda, please. I don't have lack of.
Hold on. You don't address.
I'm learning here, and I'm also expressing.
Hello. So in our school, you don't address anybody who has written anything there. Okay. Your questions are relevant. They are helping the whole people. When people type,
Counsellor, because he's repeating it and I didn't like it.
No, don't worry. That is why we say anything that irritates you.
We are all here to learn. It's not about
hello. Please listen to me. That's why when my moderators are not there, I get worried because they are supposed to be policing. Lady Victory came and she just left. If Abner was attentive, like this guy would not be there. You understand? We will let him learn his lessons. But I'm saying that you are being a good.
You can move on, don't worry. I'm
yes.
not
So don't allow anybody to distract you. I've not seen the comment yet. But if Abner was attentive, we could have just dealt with these things. Our school here, we don't address people when they are writing. That's why we don't read all comments. Some of them, those that are important, we read them. So like you are saying, the law was clear. The astute, intelligent lawyer Kosi, a long practicing lawyer, cross-examined everybody. And after their cross-examination, he agreed that he's okay with the cross-examination. Now, in one of the judgments I read for you, remember that Akosua Serwaa Fosu didn't have enough evidence, even including video evidence, to prove that this is what happened between the two of them. And the judgment said that in this current stage of Photoshop by AI evidence, Pictures alone cannot do things. So once she's proven, she could have brought a video. And I said, I saw a video today where he and Luba were in the German court. And I was very, 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 very worried.
They could have sent that video.
Where from this at this last time? I'm telling you. We saw it from afar that this case will not go like this. Now we saw it. That sincerely speaking, the case will go down well. Where Mrs. Akosua Serwaa, by proving her status, will change the narrative. It's unfortunate. It is very, very unfortunate. So it's difficult picking up that particular side.
Maybe she couldn't find the video at that time. She now, had access to it. That's why maybe it was released today.
Yes, but in releasing it today on social media, the effect is low. If I tell you that the process in this court, I have not learned new things and added it to my knowledge, I'll lie to you.
Yeah, we are really learning, honestly.
Because the lessons we are learning from the court shows that it's not the noise people are making. We have really lost an opportunity to prove a point.
Oh,
but it's too late.
So we haven't lost any opportunity.
I am not disputing the fact for the appeal, but that is where I think that we should also learn from that area. If nobody has any question, so right now, one of the biggest things I want us to learn is this. Some of us, in our commentaries and our postings, maybe we didn't have an understanding to most of these things. But let me first give opportunity for those who just join us. Is there any question from any of you who join us? Or any contribution, please? So I move on.
So Counsellor, I have a question. So
go ahead.
I think last Friday, we all heard that the lady said she called the embassy to verify something. What I'm curious about is
which lady? Which lady?
I don't know how to call it. Is it her lady?
Yeah, the judge.
The judge.
Her leadership. Yes.
Her leadership. So what did she call to verify? Was it the marriage certificate, or what was the call about?
Unfortunately, once the judge didn't tell us the content of the conversation, we cannot discuss it legally. Because before the judgment will be passed, a lot goes into it. Hypothetically, maybe she called to ask process of authentication.
So.
In what way? Bring your confusion to bear. Let's solve your confusion.
Because of the judgment that came.
What are you confused about? Tell us where you are confused, because we are reading the judgment and correcting where we went wrong.
No, because I'm here, right? I've been married to my husband for 21 years. And marriage certificates were here, America Hano. Obiadi needs to say, okay, that certificate now watch all day. Mokona moko ari wakota, right? Mobile fill forms no. After that, no mamo certificate now. A certificate of marriage coming from my marriage was saying consulate honor. Obiadi will appear on the certificate. So I don't understand why a certificate will come to Ghana and people will make mockery out of it. It doesn't really make sense. And it looks as if Ghana, no, like everybody keep on saying, it's a corrupt country, no. Yeah,
hello. Can you retract that word? And let me explain to you what happened.
Which one?
Corrupt country. Can you withdraw?
No, did you hear us? I said
people are saying, so don't be part of them.
That's what I'm saying. It looks as if what people are saying.
It should not even look as if based on the contextual conversation. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, because I returned about the way people are talking about it. Like
leave the people. Leave the people and listen to education. Hear this.
But okay. Counsellor, the sister he can make it sense.
It doesn't make sense. Let me explain. Hello, hold on.
It makes sense because the judgment in the
Bible. Hello. Listen, please. This is School of Education and we are learning. Hear this.
Go ahead.
I'm saying what she's saying contextually because of where she started a conversation from. She told us we married for 21 years. And all of us who are married in another country, we know that the certificate is given to you authenticating that the two of you are married. So it is not like the one in Ghana where I sign, you sign. It's different. But here, I sign, you sign. When you finish from the court, before you file, they'll give you one showing that you're husband and wife.
Mm-hmm.
Sealed by the registrar of the court.
That's right.
Marriage. We know it. Now watch it here. The judgment we are reading, and it's unfortunate, it's education, so I want to go back. Listen to it very carefully. The judge never said it anywhere that the certificate was fake. Number two. Within the cross-examination, something happened. And I want to crave your indulgence to read for you in the judgment. Now hear this. And I'm reading. 88. The tendering of these marriage certificates was objected to by the learned counsel of the defendant. This objection has been raised during the hearing of the application of interlocutory injunction on the 28th day of October. The court rejected the document and advised counsel of the plaintiff, Akosua Serwaa, to ensure that they comply with the requirement under the Evidence Act 1975. It is therefore a surprise that the plaintiff did not comply with the requirement hereby a month later. My sister, what does the Evidence Act 1975 say? It gives you clearance that as you are sitting now in America, you're 21 years of marriage. If there is any issue why therein, there is a request of a proof of marriage that you want to bring to Ghana. Carrying that particular stamped document to Ghana will never give you clearances in any court. And I'll explain why. There is a procedure by the Evidence Act for authentication. Nobody would tamper with the certificate, but it has to go through the appropriate quarters, Home Office, by requesting that this document is going for a suit, for a court hearing, for so and so. And for that matter, we request authentication. They will put a letter of authentication on it and attach it to your document and take it to Washington, D.C., where the Ghana embassy is. They file it to them. They will also append that, yes, there's a court like that in Kumasi High Court. Then they will send it to the Foreign Affairs Department in Ghana, which goes back to your able lawyer so they can file it, is one. Number two, in that same process. I'm trying to mute Mami, but it's not muting. Let me say something. A whole bunch of the same way, in the same process, when you think that explanation of the procedural connection between us and Germany is not well understood, you can employ by request to bring somebody from that particular jurisdiction to explain the process. In this particular admissible program, in the judgment of her leadership, she made it clear to the lawyer in question that once they are denying, go and then do the correct thing with the evidence. From the 28th October, We didn't do it.
Yeah, but Captain, when I listened to the lawyer this morning, right? Okay, say he did all that. And then he said he did all that. He went to foreign affairs to do all those
did. Hello. What he did, when you are asked that your opponent doesn't understand, so you are going for explanation and authentication, and it was mentioned under the Evidence Act.
Yeah, but he went to foreign affairs to do authentication, got a letter from them and everything. If you are a judge and you really want to, the thing is, listen, Captain, it was a rush case, right?
My sister,
please, when you were speaking, I didn't say nothing. I'm not here to argue with you.
Listen to me. Hello.
Get a phone call.
No. I won't allow you. No, I won't allow you. Listen first. You are not listening.
Listen to you.
No, you are not listening. Hello.
Please. Please, let me say something here, okay? Let me say something here. Okay, hold on.
Hello.
You've been difficult.
I know. You want listening first, please. I'm moderating, please.
I didn't listen to you.
No, I said you should listen first. I'm moderating you, please.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
From the beginning of our conversation, I said a lot about the judgment. And I made it clear to all of you that the judge that sat on this case, if you are truly genuine in law, the judge gave us the fair opportunity to exhibit our proof for civil marriage. We, on the other hand, the case we took to court have not been dealt with.
Yes.
Hold on, my sister. We have moved from where you are. The reason why I'm addressing it is because I've explained this when I read the first chapter. And I've not spoken since Friday because I was waiting for the judgment. And I'm telling you that from where I read, 1 month, the legal team were given the opportunity to be able to prove through authentication, not translation from the German embassy. Sister, what lawyer Kusi was telling all of us was, what he did was a translation because he thought that they said he didn't understand the language. Under the Evidence Act, we should all go and read. We're not saying he's a bad lawyer, but there could be an oversight. The process will prolong. But within the 1 month, we could have bought more time. Even if the funeral will end without Mrs. Akosua Serwaa, the proof through authentication will help the case. So where you are going to is a slippery area. And the choice of words are slippery because the judgment is in front of me. I can give you a copy. And I'm telling you that the right thing that was supposed to be done, or the right thing will be strong, the appropriate thing that was supposed to be done under the Evidence Act that was requested in the judgment was not followed. And I'm giving you an example of your own marriage certificate. If there's a case today that you are contending with anything in Ghana and you want to have a proof of your marriage, nobody will collect what you are holding in your hands. It should go through a process. Who says I can't do a DNA myself? But when American Embassy is requesting the DNA I have, I can't present it to them. They want you to go to Akai House, go and pay, and Akai House will send it to them before you get a copy. That is called authentication. That was not followed. Let's be honest. Let's be honest, my people. It's not about anybody didn't give right judgment. The judge was not in a rush because on the 28th, when he told us that by 1 month's time, he will bring judgment. So everybody should file their documents. That was on the 20th of October. We didn't start that process. We could have gone to buy time. So why somebody said the judge didn't do well? We are not saying Lawyer Kusi didn't do well. But the judgment has come. Lawyer Kusi said, the judgment has come. Even though we will not agree to it, this is the judgment. what we went to court to ask for was simple. My leadership proved that Mrs. Akosua Serwaa is a civilly married wife. What we need to use to prove is the marriage certificate authenticated from where we are coming from. We didn't have it.
They had it or they didn't have. They had it or they didn't have it.
Hello. What we have, which I have seen, is the true marriage certificate of Akosua Serwaa. That is why I still call her Mrs. Akosua Serwaa. What I have seen is true. She have it. But when they were tendering it to the court, they didn't follow their process.
The process. So the process was where the mistake.
That is what the problem is, my lord. My able madam. How do we blame a judge?
Okay,
who told
fine.
you?
It's fine. We're gonna go and appeal for it. That's it.
No,
and we go through the process. If it's gonna be.
I was listening to Lawyer Kusi. Say the judge told him that he will accept it.
Hello, my sister. My sister, it's not in the judgment. So when Lawyer Kusi says that, it is not in the judgment.
Yeah, but he said when he turned it in.
Hello, my sister.
He promised him that he will accept it.
You see, you know how you see court. Hear me. Lawyer Kusi is telling you that the judge said he will accept what?
They accept the certificate.
Yes.
When the other lawyers, the whatever, Odo Broni, whatever lawyers were were saying that Odo Broni lawyers were saying that it wasn't, it was fake and all that. Because we also listened to the report that were coming out from the courts.
My sister, should I read again for you to hear?
I understand what you read perfectly. I don't need you to go ahead and read it again.
Listen to the judge. The judge said in court, it was therefore a surprise that the plaintiff did not comply with the requirements nearly a month. What is Lawyer Kusi saying?
Well, I don't know, man. This is I don't know, because if whatever it is, if you really want to know the truth, you don't need to go through all this process. It's easy for you to go on the internet and find it.
Find what? No, find what? Find what?
He can go to the German embassy in Ghana if she really wants to.
But
get the certificate.
My sister, when I go to the internet, will I find your husband's marriage on the internet?
No. I'm just talking that judge has a way of doing it.
No. Please,
look,
it's not true.
Counselor,
it's not true.
The whole thing is, and one thing a judge, a lawyer, no, or not just say, initially, also the 4 people. What the NIPA 4 and a beba 4.
Yes, I remember he even said that he wanted to bring somebody from the German woman, whatever,
that judge, that judge.
He lied him on that.
He don't have to.
Hello.
Like, because when you bring the witness from German embassy, they are not going to come and all that. Why would you tell somebody, advise somebody that I have done this in Cape Coast or whatever? So if you bring somebody, they are not going to come. So don't do it.
Hello. Whoever Lawyer Kusi was supposed to bring could have still not brought the authentication of the certificate. Let's not beat about the bush. I told you that the judgment that the judge gave, it didn't answer the question why we went to court. I said it. I can't challenge it. We are learning.
We can't follow the thing. You go for.
So I am telling you that, my sister, have patience and know that the judge never said that if Fiawarie is better than court. There is no bigger marriage.
I'm just saying that but for if Fiawarie not about for a. Wednesday.
That is what I'm saying. That in other quarters, and I will explain it as I go ahead. I'm telling you that the opportunity to prove that you are married is only in the certificate, and the certificate must go through a certain follow process. If you bring 400 people to testify, and the certificate have not gone through the process, it is useless.
And the lawyer that just came, my dear, let me ask this question. The lawyer just came, was talking about, say, if you are not having sex with your husband or whatever, the court, or maybe a year, the court can maybe, based on that, to say, or whatever it is.
No, he didn't say that. He didn't say that. Please, he didn't say that. Did I tell you what he said?
What? Yeah, go ahead.
he said that it is part of the process that you can say, because in what we have something we call in law that people call the constructive abandonment. The Marriage Act gives you opportunity to do a lot of things. Sex is involved, running duties at home is involved, taking care of your spouse is involved, cooking food, looking attractive. They are all part of the laws. Go and read American law. A lot of things are very important. So he's saying that if you abandon each other 1 year without sexual intercourse, not because the two of us have come to that level of agreement, but because one person have deserted each other, when they go to court, it can be part of the process to requesting for a divorce. He never said it, that when you don't have sex 1 year.
What I'm saying is that's what so many people are saying. Say the woman abandoned my husband and all that. At the end of it, the beginning is the man is the one that left. The woman is still living in their matrimonial home.
Thank you. Do you know what the court said about the man, about the woman? The court said that, and I asked them, the domicile level. You see, the domicile application we are talking about is that the woman was not immobile. The woman was not having an injunction on herself not to travel. The excuse for the woman not to come to the man, because there are a lot of jobs there, different from when Phoebe. There is a process that shows that me to come back Ghana 3 times, 4 times. But the abandonment by domicile level can be proven.
Yeah, the woman used to come to Ghana, for my understanding, and just on back right. And if it's sex crime, you can do it on phone. It's not necessary to be you can do sex on phone. And
how do you have sex on phone, sister? Hello, my sister. How do you have sex on phone?
How do you
have sex on phone, my sister? How do we do it? Can we have one? Can we have one? I'm ready.
I cannot do with you. You're not my husband. I can't do with you. You can have context.
Hello, my sister. Hold on. My sister, hold on. By law. Hello, by law.
Yes, dear.
Hello, by law. You can never tender in phone for sex in any court.
No, I know that, but what I'm saying is,
let me tell you, if you don't have a mental problem, you can never have sex on phone.
Abusua Counsellor so nsem o de abetudwa na me de abesom no me ye sure say utie na enyina no ye sua de e de afri mo, because ye mu ho ya ware amanfo nso so omubu omu se omu be ware ene won na ene nkofo kunumu ne nkofo yere mo ehye hodo ebo mo obi a no ate ne ho ase ehun se de emra no esitie na daachi bi obi eho anko akokire no, because ye se okoto se obi abodwe se ehye a no asensuo esi wudie ho obi tu ni ba fo nso ana de bi abokoto, because said the AC corner ebi a ochine bi onso so obehu ho e wo sa situation na bi mo no hu se Odo Broni ene maami Akosua Serwaa de ba aye no sei e na de agene kan ye nti no mehwese bi no obi aware a metoto ni ema ye mehwese bi no obi e kwakotu na mo bi a meye sei anase sei e mo remfi se eno a ohima wo ye je de o se e mo bi a wo de bo obi wa aware mu relationship mu no je receipt anyasa ebedru bebi no yebeka se ode na wo ye ni nyina no emfaso bia eni so ebuse to free na che wadwe na bia bomoden se wo be share video amode bisa etuaka eni de mo subscribe ya mesel so be subscribe no aba do ma so se be drop video bia wonsa ebeka aha eye AJ gossips midin e de AJ meko de menya bia no me de beba no hu se ye hye wo ba ye di so ye tunra ye kiresie ye ma story a ye ma update me na wase na mama wo ene hye akra.